How's it going, everybody? Jordan here, and in today's video I'm going to go over the Helix Store Legendary Spartan Renegade set, which deals insane crit damage with warrior abilities, and when matched with some AoE abilities in the game, can clear out all your enemies very quickly. Before we get into the video though, please remember to leave a like to support the channel, and feel free to leave your questions in the comments of this video or tweet them at me. Also, our Discord has a ton of awesome people who would love to help you out as well. Alright, let's get right into it. The Spartan Renegade Legendary set bonus is 100% crit damage with warrior abilities. This is an okay bonus considering that the warrior tree has the most area of effect abilities and damage based abilities. This set relies heavily on a high crit chance to use the bonus, as well as using abilities like Ring of Chaos, heavy charged attacks, Bull Rush, and even the DLC abilities of Fury of the Bloodline, and Ares Bull Rush. When this set does crit on a warrior ability, it deals some insane damage. But in order to get that crit chance high, you have to sacrifice quite a bit of tankiness with this warrior set, making this one of the more glass cannon warrior sets out there, so you have to be very careful. When you do hit enemies though, you hit them hard, but when they hit you hard. The other thing about this set is that it's a Helix Store set, meaning you either have to purchase it from the Helix Store or be one of the very lucky people and hope you roll all 5 armor pieces of the set from the Oikos store. Due to it being this way, I did play with some of the DLC abilities with this set, but it's not required. And on some of the DLC related stuff, I'll show you alternatives if you don't happen to have that DLC. Alright, let's get right into the gear. So, because the boots have damage with spears on them, I went ahead and had to kind of use spears with this build in order to maximize all the damage with the set. And so our primary spear is going to be the Hades Bident, which is a spear you get in the game. Naturally, you don't have to buy it. It's not from the Helix Store. This gives us warrior damage, crit damage, additional 20% damage with Ring of Chaos, which is great because we're using Ring of Chaos a lot with this set because of the high crit damage, and then I'm engraving it with 30% damage with spears. Our secondary weapon is going to be a Helix Store item called the Bident of the Underworld, which gives us warrior damage, damage with spears, additional warrior damage but minus 15% range resistance, and then a crit damage engraving as well on this. And what you may notice is that with this set, I'm not using elemental damage. This set already deals so much damage that trying to fit elemental damage in there, I think, takes away from other perks like crit perks or even ability slots so that you can use more warrior abilities. We're using an epic bow that gives us warrior damage, damage with overpowered abilities, crit chance, and then here's where I engraved +2 charges for the Ares Bull Charge ability, which comes from the Atlantis DLC. This adds 2 additional bulls on the outside of it. This is also up to you. If you are not using that ability or don't have the Atlantis DLC, you can easily engrave something else here like additional warrior damage or things of that nature, or another legendary perk like 20% health and armor if you want to be more tankier. So this engraving here I would leave on you to be as optional as you want. This is what I chose in particular. Alright, let's look at the head. The head, we have warrior damage, crit damage, and then I engraved it with crit chance. We're going to want to get that crit chance as high as we can to again lean into the bonus of this particular set. On the arms, we have warrior damage, crit chance, and I engraved crit damage while at full health here. On the chest, we have warrior damage, health, and then I engraved crit damage here. On the waist, again, more warrior damage, crit chance, and engraving crit damage while at full health. And then finally on the boots, we have warrior damage, damage with spears, and then 20% crit chance while at full health engraving, getting that crit chance again as high as we can. Alright, let's go over the abilities with this. The primary ability that I use is going to be Bull Rush, or if you have the DLC, Ares Bull Charge, which does this amazing AoE attack attack towards all the people in there. With the +2 bowl charge engraving, you can clear out an entire section of a fort or a conquest battle. It's really crazy. Overall, I really enjoy the Ares bowl charge. It fits really well with this set because of the high crit damage it crits, and it clears so many people out. It's an incredibly fun ability to use if you happen to have it. Either way though, you don't have to use the Ares bowl charge. You can just use the regular bull rush and it will still deal quite a bit of damage. The secondary ability is going to be Ring of Chaos. This is a wonderful AoE ability that deals an additional 250% warrior damage, and when it crits, it deals that 100% additional crit damage as well, making it insane. And not to mention that the Hades Bident also stacks another 20% damage on it. So this is a primary damage dealer with this particular set. My third ability is from the Hidden Blade DLC, which is the Fury Bloodline. We want Adrenaline so that we can be using these abilities quite often. And Fury the Bloodline not only deals additional warrior damage, but it crits, stacks with the crit damage so it can kill people very quickly, but it also gives you 4 adrenaline segments back to use Ring of Chaos or the Bull Rush ability. And then lastly, we have Second Wind to heal yourself. Again, this is not a very tanky build, but you're gonna want to have that health back so that when you do take some hits, you can heal. And then lastly, you're gonna want to put points into the passives. The overpowered attacks with the spears are incredibly powerful as well. Those are fun to use. You can also use Battle Cry of Ares because it's not very tanky. Using Battle Cry of Ares can guarantee that you won't die should you be attacked. And I just kind of put that on my alternate ability wheel over here. And then lastly, we have Charged Heavy Attacks. Those also can crit and can deal a lot of damage with the Spartan Renegade set. Alright, let's look at the masteries for this particular set. Again, as always, if you don't have as many ability points as you can, just try to focus on the first few that I mentioned, and then I'll go over some bonus ones if you happen to have more ability points. So the primary ones you're going to want to focus on are going to be crit chance while at full health, crit damage while at full health, and damage while at full health. This gets your crit chance high, your crit damage high, and your overall damage when initiating a fight high. If you've caught any sort of pattern in a lot of my videos, these are the primary 3 that I like to focus on, and I'll put anywhere from 8, 12, or 15 points into all 3 of them. Next, we're going to be using a lot of warrior abilities, so it may be a good idea to put some points into adrenaline per hit and adrenaline per crit so that you can have a full adrenaline bar with this particular set, so you can be firing Ring of Chaos and Bull Rush as well. Lastly, on the assassin tree, putting some points into damage on elites and bosses if you have the extra points, and then cooldown duration for all abilities, making those abilities come back much quicker. On the warrior tree, putting some points into warrior damage doesn't hurt, and due to the lack of tankiness, putting some points into health, total armor, and melee resistance will also help out. Again, it doesn't help a lot, but it definitely reduces more damage than you would typically take, giving you an opportunity to make a decision on if you should run or heal or things of that nature. And then lastly, if you have the extra points, damage per enemy engaged is pretty nice for conquest battles, and then also damage dealt restored as health to try and get you back to full health in order to trigger all those full health crits. And then finally, on the hunter tree, you're going to want to put points into damage with spears, crit chance, and crit damage, and then if you have the extra points, range resistance for slightly more tankiness. Alright, let's look at the stats for this build. As always, there should be in the description of this video a link to the builds.ac website where all this information and gear and engravings will be there for you, so you can look at it on your mobile phone or on your computer. The main primary thing here is because we're relying on crit damage with warrior abilities, was getting this crit chance as high as possible, and we were able to achieve a nearly 98% crit chance while at full health, and then when it does crit, it's dealing an additional 562% damage that stacks with the 100% crit damage with the warrior abilities, making warrior abilities with this set incredibly strong and deal a ton of damage. Not to mention that when you're using a spear like an overpowered attack or a heavy charged attack, it will deal an additional 117% damage with the spears, making this, I think, an incredibly well-rounded, good damage dealing set, but as you can see here on the defensive modifiers, it is not very tanky at all. We only have a slight armor bonus, health bonus, and a little bit of melee resistance and range resistance. If you get hit by a fire arrow with the 0% elemental resistance on this set, you're gonna have to heal as quickly as you can because you will die pretty quickly. So that's the Spartan Renegade set. I had a lot of fun playing this set on my live stream, and for a Helix Store set, it isn't that bad. I wouldn't recommend you buy it though if you can only buy one set. I still think the Nemean Lion set is the best set in the Helix Store, but again, it's totally up to you. If you don't have this set, a good replacement set might be the Spartan War Hero set, although it does function a little differently, but I'll go over that set on a future video. Thanks again for watching. Remember, if you enjoyed the video, please remember to leave a like and subscribe and hit that bell for more Assassin's Creed Odyssey content. I've also started a Patreon for those of you who are able and willing to support the channel in that way. We will be doing exclusive live streams with me and playing games together for those who are Patreons and community members of the Discord, so look out for that. Also, I really want to pitch our Discord community. This is something I've never expected, but our Discord community has really grown and become really awesome, and it's a fun place to hang out and talk about a lot of different stuff. And the generosity and selflessness of all the members makes me incredibly proud, and I love and appreciate all of you who are in the Discord right now for making it so awesome. I feel really lucky to be a part of it, so thank you for being so awesome in this community. I never thought it would grow to the way it has. You can join the Discord also by going to builds.ac/discord or visit those links that I've mentioned in the description of this video. Alright, thanks for letting me promote some stuff. As always, I appreciate all of you no matter what, and I'll see you guys next time.
So proud, I was born to be Spartan.